Boom! We're live. Welcome.
What's up?
Episode 1 of The Correction, where we make crypto less cryptic with RT, your co-host, and
Mr. Scheze. What's up?
Old cheesy baby. All right, so bear with us here as the stream loads in. It'll probably be a little choppy and a little dicey, as they do. And we are also live on YouTube. And Donnie is saying hello. All right, so the night edition of our analyst live stream is kicking off tonight. And tonight, we're actually going to be playing a little game called CMC Roulette, or Coin Market Cap Roulette. Pretty pumped for that. We cooked this one up this week, and we think it should be a little bit of fun. And the best part is we really have no clue what's going to happen. So therein lies the nature of roulette. Before we get into all that, I've got some business to attend to here. As you all know, we got a quick disclaimer, and tonight I'm going to read it like they do on TV, because if they can do it, so can we. Are you ready?
So listen closely.
Yeah, I got to lube up my mouth. All right. The information provided by Bitcoin Bravado and accompanying material is the informational purposes only and should not be used as a basis for investment or other purposes. It should not be considered legal or financial advice. The information is governed by our terms of use. You should consult with an attorney or other professional to determine what may be best for your individual needs. We are not a registered investment advisor, and we are not recommending that you buy anything. We're simply sharing our thoughts and along with you, along with our plan of attack. Damn it! One speed bump at the end.
Yeah, we'll have to work on that.
I'm gonna work on it. Hey, episode one. What can I do? All right, so there that is. Now, part 1 tonight is why the correction. Why did we come up with that name? And Cheesy, for this one, I'm going to leave it to you.
Absolutely. So let me just start off by saying we are long past the correction point for Bitcoin. If you call 2018 a correction, I mean, perhaps, but the correct definition of a correction, according to Investopedia, is a 10% drop in an asset's price. For those of you that have been around since the bull run of 2017, the good old days, we experienced that correction probably within the first week of 2018. And since then, that actually led to a crash. And from there, a bear market ensued. I'm going to share my screen here. We're going to look at what an actual correction is. Let me pull this up on the Bitcoin chart. Here we go.
Yeah, now that screen may take a sec to load in. Let's give it a minute here, see what it looks like. Ooh, crispy.
All righty. Are we nice. Good? Can you see it?
You're live. Yep, you're in, and it looks
perfect. Good. So here we are. This is a run up to to the end of December of 2017, where then we begin a descent. So a correction. Let's look at an example of a correction. We're just gonna put squares around these. This is a correction here. All right. This is a correction here. So these are corrections. These are not crashes. These are not, at least in crypto, these are not crashes. These are simply correction. And its price, as you can see, price is primarily trending upward.
And those might look cute right now, but let me tell you, I was around in July 2017. September 4th, 2017. I could tell you the date because I remember why. It was like, that stuff is coming up on, those global events where you're like, you remember where you were when Kennedy got shot? I know where I was when China banned Bitcoin. Let me tell you, I was sitting there just sweating, just watching it go, whoa.
What is happening? Yes. These are before my days, RT. So the only thing I know about crypto is full-on bear market. I have not been a part of a bull market in crypto unless you count the last month of 2017. So those are what are corrections. All right. Now a crash, as RT and I were talking right before we went live here on and there's not a whole lot of information as what defines a crash.
Well, it's sharp.
But we can all, but we all know when a crash happens, right? So we would all call the Bitcoin bubble bursting in the beginning of 2018, a crash. We can think about the Great Depression as probably the most well-known crash of all time. You've got the '08 financial collapse, and again, I'm referring to the legacy markets here. You had the dot-com bubble crash, and again, those are so a crash is just a larger correction if you think about it, because if you look at these things on larger time frames, these now look like what we call 2018 now actually just looks like a correction back to the normal trend of Bitcoin here, right? And so
if you zoom out on the time scale, I would call that a correction. Now, November 2018, when we saw that dump from 6K, I mean, that was a bit of a crash. Really. Yeah, I mean, so really,
it all depends on what kind of time frame you're looking at, right? So these monthly, if you pull it up the monthly, the higher the time frame, the more what appeared to be crashes actually look like corrections here, right?
Yeah. So I mean,
because ultimately we're still trending up.
Yeah, and I mean, so when we were thinking about the name of the show, we thought, we tied in, markets, they correct, and that ties in, and we're going to be talking markets, we're going to be talking crypto mostly, obviously. And then obviously, like, this space is so full of shit. There's just a lot of bad information.
Yes.
There's a lot of imposters. There's a lot of experts, which personally I can't speak for you. I don't claim to be an expert, but I'm here to sort of make crypto less cryptic for our viewers, and I think that is a valuable sort of or noble cause. So when we're thinking up names,
the key to all of it is to not take ourselves too seriously, right?
Oh yeah, no, I don't, and I definitely don't. And and I'm looking for YouTube comment warriors to keep us honest and
yes,
let us know. I mean, I'm a teacher by trade prior to and in other parts of my life, so I've got 8-year-olds telling me that I screwed something up. Yeah. Actually, sir, that's not how you divide fractions. I'm like,
not a correction, sir.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like, I'm used to that, and I heard
absolutely.
that, and like I say, every time I wake up in the morning, I've never been smarter. One of the reasons is because
they'll keep us honest.
Yeah, you better come correct now. So here we are. That's sort of the why of it all. And tonight, we are going to kick off our first segment that we came up with called CMC Roulette. Now, in CMC Roulette, we will be pulling up a random number generator because we don't actually have like a big sexy roulette wheel to spin.
We should get one.
I was thinking that, but you know what? There's not enough numbers on it because the way CMC Roulette works is we have to pick a random number in a certain range that we decide or whatever. And we're going to go on CMC. We're going to spin the wheel. We're going to see what coin we come up with. And we're going to do a quick and dirty dive into it. Now, since our boy Scheze here does not do FA.
I actually hate FA.
We can tease him about that later. But for now, that'll be my job. So I'm going to dive into some FA, kind of walk you through the steps. If somebody says, check out this coin, what do I do first? How do I look at it? Where do I go? How do I value that information? How do I kind of sift through all the BS into something that's important? And while I do that, she's going to be in the background pumping away at his charts, doing his TA thing. And after I'm done a little FA, he will give us a little TA. And much like roulette, we may lose everything and, just come up with a total shit coin. Or we may very well land on a gem. And I used to do this, when I got really bored and I didn't really know TA, and I'd spin down CMC and I'd see if I just click on the coin and I'm going to find a gem.
It's easy to do that in a bull market too.
It was 2017 was fun. You could literally just throw a dart at CMC and you're up like 80% if you held it for a week. So
the more unique the name of the coin, the better it usually did.
God, it wasn't that easy though. I gotta say, looking back, there was days where you're just like you made all these gains and then it's like 60%. And you're like, God. And it was hard not to sell on those dips, but
absolutely.
BF.
Well, let's get started. Let's set some parameters here.
Okay, let's get it going. I'm going to share my screen because sharing is caring. And here we are. Wait, where is it? Oh, no, that's the one. Random number generator. I feel like it would be more impressive to be on the actual screen. So everybody knows
Yes.
what's up. Okay, so we're going to set it to 100 to 300 because landing on Ethereum would be way less exciting, and landing in 1,000 town would be pretty weak. So we're going to start here. Boom, 100.
100.
Flat
Let's
on
pull
the
it up.
nose. All
What do you
right.
got?
What are the odds? Let's see. Pull it up down here, and it is on page 1 because it's 100. Let's see.
Very bottom of the page.
I actually know this coin. I don't know much about it, but I recognize it, and that's good because I was scared we'd run into something I'd never heard of. It was total trash. Sentiment. SAN. I know it trades on Bitfinex because it has been green for a little while. Let's take a look. Volume, not too hot. All right, so Cheesy, 5 minutes on the clock. This one's on you.
All right.
Get into that TA, baby. And I'd say start with Bitfinex because that is where it's getting, well, Etfinex, that's where it's getting all its volume. All right,
Alrighty.
let's check it out. So when I'm doing this, I would typically just start here. Yeah. Click the website. Let's see what their face is on the internet. Crypto smarter. Get a 360 view of the crypto market and its biggest driving forces. I don't know. I'm scared to get started. That might be like a little rabbit hole we don't have time for here. One-stop source for cryptocurrency data. Okay, so we're talking about data. Quality data feeds, real-time signals, high-value insights, accurate updates. 1,200 assets tracked. So it's really, it looks like a data marketplace geared at crypto. A lot of white on the site. That's right.
A lot of white. My eyes are
bleeding.
bleeding.
Cover that. Crypto is all about crowd psychology. If you can get crowd behavior, you'll have a crowd advantage. I would agree with that. Man, when I say I knew what SAN was, I just knew it from the charts. I'm kind of curious about this. This looks interesting. You're interested in see what's hot in crypto spot market trends. Okay, now I do want to get started. Let's see. Oh, boo. I don't want to sign up. Okay, I'm actually going to go sign up and see what it's all about. Not live on the air, though. So let's just dive in. Now, one thing I'll tell you about SAN is I've seen it, I should say, shilled or mentioned sort of by, I don't want to say like bigwigs because I don't even know, them personally, but people with quite a few followers. TradingView, actually, in my first few months, 2017, I definitely saw it brought up a few times for trade ideas from a few guys, Michael Scheze, some guys on TradingView. So, it came from a place of respect in my mind. Let's check out their Telegram. That would be another place I like to go just to see, is there 80,000 people talking about it? No. 1,300 members in Telegram. Okay.
34 of them online. About to be 35.
Yeah. So, not a massive, at least following in Telegram, although to be honest, a lot of Telegrams are dead. I don't even go to them. Check out their Twitter. Okay, 10,000. Some followers. Again, not huge. Crypto smarter. I do really like this data analytics crowd psychology concept. So another cheat that I can use that I've kind of enjoyed. Oops. Let's say. What's the one? Hold on a second. Oh. Okay. So my bookmarks bar is being kind of annoying.
So they have a platform demo here.
Tell me about the charts for a second. I gotta cook something up here on. I'm gonna put you on focus there, Cheese. Tell us about the chart. What do you got there?
All right, let me share the chart here. It's actually this is a beautiful chart. So you said you've been seeing it on Bitfinex as green for a while, and I can see that. Let me share my screen here.
Yeah, it's been getting a lot of love on Bitfinex. Actually, I was getting a little FOMO.
I'm going to share this one. Alrighty, let's put my screen on focus there.
Yeah, this is weird. My buddy.
Mr. RT, put my screen share on
Oh
for
yeah,
me
I
just
got
there
you.
instead of my lovely face. Perfect. Okay. So this is you always want to start out on a higher time frame when analyzing a chart. And here we are. We're looking at the weekly on Bitfinex. Looks like mid 2017, this coin dropped both on the market and in price, all the way down to, let's see, about 4 zeros, 252 area. And then from there, as in November, like everything else, it just skyrocketed. There's the bull market there. And then the ensuing 2018 demise. So very quickly, I marked this blue level here. This is a weekly level. This is just the high of the down here in this accumulation spot here. This is the high of this weekly candle here. And as you can see, we tapped off of it not once but twice. So it is surprising to see the second wick here. You usually don't see that. But knowing this, that there's such a strong reaction off this untested support.
Low volume too.
It's beautiful.
Right.
Is it low volume?
Yeah, we're looking at like 18K low volume today. What are you looking at?
Okay.
BTC? Oh God, BTC is like 4,000. You probably want to check out that USD chart.
The volume on here. The USD chart.
Yeah, Finex tends to have more action on USD. There's a lot of sort of.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me finish the analysis here.
Oh yeah. Sorry, take away. Yeah.
Flip down to the daily here. And again, when I look at charts, I look for three things: accumulation, trending, or distribution. So here we are trending down. We accumulate here from the middle of October until the middle of November, and then we trend up to where we then start distributing around December 22nd into the first of the year, the 10th of January, and then we begin the downtrend. So now to trend back up, we want to look for areas of accumulation, which this time took a little bit longer. It looks like we started like dying off. The momentum of this downward move began to slow down around this area here. So we have been in accumulation for the last quarter of 2018. We accumulated, and now we have broken out. We have begun to trend now upward. Now, whenever you start to trend, you always retrace the previous move down, which in this case was this giant move here.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can see that areas of resistance were previous areas of support. That's just the way charts work. Everyone thinks it's magic. It's not. So you can see that we've gotten above this high that took us to the low. We traded for a few days. We kind of came down into these areas of support. And then we've ripped off of those as well. And so now we are going to continue to trend higher until we find an area of resistance that will send us lower. So some examples would probably be this area here, right? So you've got these support in this area, resistance here. We're probably going to hit resistance on our move back up.
Yeah, because a lot of traders who went long down in that lower range, they're going to be looking to
take in some profits.
Yeah.
Then you'll have the people who just see green, and they're going to continue to hold forever until it gets back to their entries.
Yeah, those retailers.
But overall, this is actually a really good. This is a good coin. I wouldn't necessarily be looking for an entry at current prices if I was to get into this.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely want to be looking to begin the move back up, right? Just because the market goes in cycles. Went down here, up here, down here, and now we look to go up here. So overall, it's a great coin. Let me just peek the USD chart.
I was going to say, let me share my screen, but I already am. But let me just show you something here. Take a look at that zoom out. And this is the little tool. I like to go flip the fib upside down, short side. So you drag it from top to bottom, and then you end up with your 382. Your 0.5 now. I believe it's GAN. I'm actually studying. I'm in the course right now where week 7 we're going to get into some of the GAN studies, which is exciting for me because it just looks cool. But I hear a lot of guys talking about that 50% GAN level, that retrace. A lot of big moves like this like to retrace 50%. I mean, look at that range. This zone up here I color because it's sort of like a reload zone, which if you're in the Discord, I talk about those a lot. Shout out to therationalinvestor.com, Brian Beamish. He taught me that, and I'm not about to shill or steal his his ideas without mentioning him. Guy's a legend. So what I do want to do here is just get a quick price range. I mean, do you think there's some upside? 700%. You know, so I mean, we are in sort of opportunity land, but I agree with you. You know, given its last 2 weeks of pushing up, I am not ready to pull the trigger on anything like this yet. But look at this. I mean, we're about to get a nice attempt at a cross on the moving averages, which has been, you know,
which hasn't happened since. Let's see. Does this chart even
about
have
a year ago since the official sort of downtrend, right? So that's your oops, this is a bad sign, and then you're going to likely get that 200 retest. Sure, Bitcoin did the same thing. If we took a look at the daily real quick, yeah, exact same thing. Look at that. So you got your little cross. Retest. God, if I knew TA as well as I did now, this would have been a lot. I mean, it's never easy in the moment, right? Because it doesn't always behave that way, but it looks so easy in retrospect. Just short
retrospect,
that.
Everything.
Short that. Long this. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give that back to you. I'm joking. It's not that easy, but.
I mean, same thing. You know, without any indicators or anything, you're always looking to gain and lose levels. So this was an important spot here. Right, so this is resistance. You go down here, tap it as support here, kind of lose it a little bit here, but then quickly recover. So some spots I would be looking to go to long is probably this spot right here, right? Because this is previous resistance, not quite touched yet. So 62 cents, another 10 cents increase. Quickly up here, just a few more spots. 93 cents, maybe before a pullback, who knows? But if you were looking to kind of looking for a position in this, again, without doing any FA, you know, maybe this area right here, you know, because this was previous resistance, and now on the way back down, tested as support and move along. So I don't really know that there's much other FA to show, or TA rather. Don is calling out that it has poor legitimacy with emojis on their site under their team. So
yeah, well, hey, that's actually the FA I was looking for earlier when I kind of threw it at you unexpectedly. So let me get back here. One of my little cheat sheets. Let me pull up my screen. One of my little cheat sheets that I like to use, coincheckup.com. I can't speak for their, you know, overall. Like, I haven't done a full analysis on their site, but it definitely is a nice sort of, you know, I like to think of it as coin market cap on steroids. You can kind of get here.
Okay.
You know, it's like it's got the layout of a coin market cap with a little bit more data. Let's see, 100 is not. What?
It's gone.
What?
They don't even have it.
You gotta be live on the air. What is going on here? That is too much.
Somebody get these people on the phone.
Who did? Oh, a 91's missing? Okay, so maybe they just don't have it. That would be sad. This is the thing with roulette, right? You know,
do you have a search? Does this have a search feature?
Maybe this is the lesson in roulette. You always lose, actually. No, they don't. No, do they have a search feature? Yeah. Okay. Sandler Network token. Maybe they just have them listed as 102. Wow.
102.
They already
the next page.
Drop so quick. All right. That's crypto for you, right? Oh, that reminds me of one of my favorite sayings. What was it in 2017? Kid asked his dad, he said, "Dad, can I have $10 in Bitcoin?" And the dad replied, $12? What do you want $750 for? You know, just kind of teasing the volatility.
Messing with them.
And well, just because like in that sentence, the price would have moved a couple bucks.
Ah, yes.
Right?
It moves so quick here.
Yeah. So yeah, an old favorite of mine. Okay, so here you're looking open channels, team strength 55. That's not. It's usually a bad sign. I really like to pick things with a strong team, obviously. But I mean, you know, like over just about everything else. So I don't love that. I don't love that it's safe.
That's the lowest scoring on that as well.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, like, okay, so a quick vet here, because I happen to know some guys on the Aeon team, and I think they have a very strong team. So if this gives them a bad rating, I would know it's full of shit. But no, 80.
80%.
Yeah, and would I dare get into ZCN? I think they have a very strong team, but I'm not a pro. Yeah, 86. Okay, so yeah, sentiment maybe team sucks. I just picked those two because I have done my due diligence on those other two, and I knew their team was strong. So
Those were not roulette choices.
No, of course. I just wanted to test this whole coin checkup because as I live stream it, I realized I hadn't done my due diligence on
Is
coin
that
checkup.
actual accurate?
But I do use it, for quick and dirty, which is what we're doing. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the nice thing about trading, which is sort of my new thing after getting sort of, my investment wings clipped in the bear market. I made what I made before, mostly just buying and holding in 2017 and doing some ICO research and all that, Icon, Dragon, got into some indices. And most of my trades, you're going to love this, were based on FA or FA because there's not really real FA to talk about in crypto. But, oh, there's an airdrop coming up or there's a fork or, rumor, there's a rebrand coming. And I would just base my trades on a lot of that shit. And honestly, it works so well in that bull market because I'd be sitting there and I'd get the news or, a company would tweet, whatever major company partnership or whatever, and then you buy it, and then the public comes home from work, and then they just pump your bags. So,
so
bear market,
TA wise, I think this looks like an okay setup. What's your overall analysis here on the FA side of things here?
Okay, so if we're gonna come back to this, I mean, the team's kind of a non-starter. This is probably where I would dive into their team myself.
Okay.
I trust. I want to say, especially for the purposes of a quick and dirty here, I would just trust what they're saying. My guess is that these are just a bunch of people who have come together to do this. Could we say why?
What about on the calendar? Is there anything on the calendar coming up for this coin?
Oh, you know what? Thank you. I got off base here. So
it's always a good thing to see if you're hoping to do a sell the news event. You need to know what's going to happen before it happens. So let's check
exactly.
the calendar.
So the old coin calendar. Look. Coin Market Cal. There's a few of these. This is the one I use again, not extensively lately.
This is the one I've heard of the most.
Yeah, my focus really, honestly, for the last 7 months has been TA. So I'm actually a little rusty with my old FA gears. But let's take a look for our boy here, Santy. Oh, story, bro.
Yep.
Yeah. That's exciting. So that that would speak to their community because a lot of this stuff's community driven, right?
Right.
You would post it and then people here can, source, proof, real, fake, and then you get an idea. So actually, I really like that concept on CoinMarketCap.
Yes.
The idea of getting people to basically say this is true or no, that's false, and you can kind of see how relevant that is. So typically after this, I guess the last thing I would do here, especially if trading, because you want something people are talking about, and Twitter can be good for that. So let's see if there is any discussion here. I bet there's a little buzz since they've been going up lately. Double check their tag is SAN. And you get a lot of this noise. Yeah, this is the problem with this kind of strategy. You do the dollar tag and you're just getting people that are just really broke.
Just tagging it with nothing.
Yeah, they're just broke ass, lazy ass, run of the mill people trying to get you to use their ref codes. Who comes here for ref links anyways? I mean, I guess it's like cold calls on telemarketing.
It's like a lot of BitMEX ref links there.
Everyone wants a free ride, but if you send out 1,000 of these, what you get 2 maybe, or I would say less. Conversion rate's got to be low.
Silly low.
Oh well, okay.
Stop losing money, RT. Stop losing money. Click on one of those ref links. Sign up today.
Oh, I hate BitMEX. Okay, I don't want to talk about losing money. I moved all of my shit off there. but
Yeah.
that's
I
more than
was
a
I
lot of
was
people.
forced off, but that's another story.
That is a more, than a lot of people can say. In fact, in the last 3 months, I know of 3 traders who have completely washed out. They're not my friends,
And they're gone.
but they are done. They're working. They're like, I got to go earn more money. And that, my friends, is why you must use a trading plan, because while I stopped trading on BitMEX, I did not lose a whole lot on there. I just saw that I was trending in the wrong direction. So I moved back to what I do best.
Time to figure something out.
Altcoins versus Bitcoin. That is my favorite thing to trade. And so you got to do what you're good at. Solium has changed their website. This is not their homepage. So that's annoying. Because we're live on the air, and when you're live on the air, we make sure. Oh, there it is. So this was like the sweetest tool in 2017. If you saw social volume and sentiment pop, or social volume change pop, like this used to just shoot up like 600%, and then BitConnect this time. But if something popped up here, social volume change in 2017. As a joke, we would be like, oh, let's all take a look at NEO. And it would be like, 1,200%. And then sure enough, literally like 2 days later. So you had 48 hours. And then 48 hours, and the chart was like, big green bars just popping up. So we treated it a little. We were usually too scared. We were like, are we really going to just trade on this one?
Check out Pie's calling out. He's saying go to app.sentiment.net. He says the same sheet as this.
Okay, let's check that out.
Let's take a peek.
Sandbase.
So this.
Oh, so that's kind of funny.
So that's what Sentiment
does
Sentiment.
What Solium.io does. How curious. We could use Sentiment to look up Sentiment.
Current trends, BNB, EOS.
Let's see if they're on their own site.
Let's see. Pumping their own
Shitty
bags.
Yeah.
This is very interesting stuff. I mean, I'm not one for FA, but social sentiment is
you will be, my friend. If you and me are going to be hanging out once a week, let me tell you, I'm going to get you. I got you on those diagonal TA lines. I'm going to get you on that.
Yeah, he's got me.
As soon as I show you the value, you'll get there. You're a smart guy. I'm actually going to save this site because, if there's a crypto.
Our roulette has turned into something useful here.
Yeah, well, that's why, could be a lot of fun, this thing. And I think some weeks we're just going to shitcoin. But today, I like this. I use that other tracker quite a bit, actually. So, I used to. Now, like I said, I'm
try playing with this one.
Yeah, okay. Well, okay. We got a new bookmark. That's
there we go.
Useful. That's what we were hoping. So let's see. How do I even add a bookmark? There it is. Bookmark this page. All right. You were going to take a look at Bitcoin to wrap us up. We're at 33 minutes.
Yes. So let's take a look.
You got 6 minutes on the clock.
Figure out what's going on in the markets here.
Yeah, I've got some thoughts on Ethereum right now. I think you got a couple on Bitcoin. And that'll be a great way to sort of wrap up our inaugural episode. What do you say?
Get out of my Forex trades here.
Oh, shoot. I'm Mr.
The thing I love about trading Forex is it literally doesn't matter about the news. It's just money, man.
I can't. Yeah, you say Forex again on here, you're going to owe me $10, right? It's a goddamn crypto show.
So every time I say Forex, all right.
I never touched it. But it seems boring. Okay. All
right. So we're looking at the daily chart here. Some good news on these lows that were produced a few weeks ago. Let me scroll back over here. So a few things that could be going on. We could be trying to accumulate in this area. We did gain some levels here. This is a pretty significant. I was actually looking for a retest a little bit lower a week and a half ago. I was looking for it to get down here to 3260s just to test these areas of previous resistance, now test them as support. Never quite hit it, and we ripped up anyway. Let me just change these colors. So we've actually closed above this green line. So now where we want to close above next to continue to move upward into the next spot of resistance is really this spot here. We need to get above this 44.19 to continue the move up, right? Because again, we're just retracing previous areas. However, this could also be shaping up to head to new lows. Let's see. We've got this sort of. I know you're a big friend of trend lines, right? So the question is we're closed above it here. Are we just retesting it today to move up higher? Perhaps. In the midterm here, I am a bit bearish on Bitcoin. I just want to see it go down and test some previous areas of support.
Sorry, did you say you are bearish? What time frame
Bitcoin?
are you bearish on? Are you a
Just,
pullback? Bull?
so I'm looking for a correction.
Yeah.
To come test some of these other areas. Right, so you see that we just moved right past what was previous resistance here. Didn't slow us down a bit. We just kept closing above. Usually what you expect is you would expect this to come down and test these areas before moving higher. Yeah, the 3730s.
We're 30 days into the move off the,
There's
block.
a few. I'm not a big fan of indicators, but the one that I use all the time is the MACD, and I only use it to kind of gauge momentum.
Moving average, convergence, and divergence.
Yeah. So actually, if we look even lower on the 1 hour time frame, right, because you'll always notice momentum begin to slow down on lower time frames first. Yeah, this one is huge. Let me just move this down a bit. And so you've got this, and then this is we were talking about this in the Discord last night, and then I posted something in my channel. I said let's hash this out in margin channel here. And so you've got sort of this trend line here, right, that we were bouncing around. Let me get rid of this one. This can clean up the chart a bit. I hate cluttered charts. And so we've got this continual uptrend here since the 18th of February. But if you look here, we've actually got a decreasing MACD, which is if your price is increasing and your MACD is going down, that's usually a sign of a divergence area. You're looking for momentum to slow down and begin to head the other way. One of the guys in the Discord said he expects it to see 4,000 before 3730, which is the number I'm looking for. And then as we were talking about it last night, it begins to pump up here, and it goes to 39.95 and stops. And I said that if you were going to short it, put your stop. You have two options. You can put it above these highs here, in which you would have been taken out. I said, or just put it above the round number of 4,000, in which case you still would have been safe. And again, I was talking from the 39.40 area. I think it was like right around this hour mark here. So if anyone is short now, you're good. You're in profit here. You can move your stop up $5 to right above this high. Again, I'm looking for somewhere in these 37.80s, 37.30s areas just before heading back up.
Yeah, and I don't even have to bid that, but I can tell that's right around my 382 level that I was thinking about scalping for ETH, but you could scalp that on Bitcoin too. The thing about ETH right now that makes me nervous is this fork, and TA works best when there are no.
Screen there.
Okay, yeah. Well, I got sentiment up now because I was like, I want to find a trade, but let's see. So we got ETH. Yeah, I mean, the thing about Ethereum is, one thing I've learned and I'm learning is, you see, I got all my drop alerts in right here. That's these little red lines. It'll tell me if I'm winning. Yeah, the thing about this, so TA works best when FA is quiet, right? The chart is just the chart is the chart. But when you get into a thing like, hey, there's a big fork coming up, well, if that doesn't go well, it doesn't matter what your indicators say, bing, 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 you're going to fall down, right? If it goes really well or somebody announces, oh, this new fork is going to be so fast that, Toyota is going to run all their distribution through this dApp on Ethereum, like news coming out, right? So it's a big FA, and it's a huge fork, right? I mean, Ethereum is, our big number 2 because Ripple sucks, but no, just kidding. I don't hold Ripple. But Ethereum is the big one. It's a big mover. So it forking upgrading essentially is huge news. I'm a little nervous in that regard, but look at this. I mean, if this M comes in here, if this neckline breaks down, it's test once up, nasty little stop run. I actually got stopped at right here. I had a little scalp working last night. That was shared through my channel in the Discord, but same old story, right?
You were actually short as well, correct?
I was, yeah. I actually shorted here, and then set some new asks around here, and then they popped up later in the day. That was super sad, but I actually learned something interesting, and I journal posted that. I won't share it right now for the sake of time, but I learned something new that I think will serve me much better than the, whatever it was, 60, 70, 80 bucks I lost on that. So whatever. So here we go. If this breaks down here, I mean, you won't get a chance to short a retest. I'm guessing you will maybe someday, but no, this is going to move down here fast if it does.
So you're looking for it to come into that, is that the moving average?
Yeah, I'd say, I mean, me, I love my fibs. One of the things that I love about what I'm learning right now is that you don't have to use 10,000 tools to be a good trader. You find a couple that work,
that's right,
a couple that make sense, keep it simple, find a setup, hunt the setup, execute the setup, and manage risk.
Man, that 50 MA there is right at
Bing. So, by the time it gets there, it's probably up here, but it's in the area. And then, if we got to go see the 200 MA, that'd probably be up here, which is the RLZ 618 reload zone that I love. And
you love that spot.
I do. And it's been working well for me. So, man, yeah, if we got to go visit that, that's probably the 200. 50's coming back down to visit. They don't cross. They keep going. I mean, I am short, I'd say midterm bullish. I think we have been waiting sort of, is this even our 6K? I mean, this is Ethereum, but it should have mirrored it. Yeah, no, that's our 6K. So,
yeah, there it is.
BTC.
I mean, we're going sideways at this point, which is kind of my terminology. Is your accumulation process. Now the question is, does it fail accumulation, or do we start trending?
I mean, it could be. We could get into a sort of a bigger picture, little, maybe in another week. But after this big drop, we've been waiting here to fill this gap. Everyone's been saying, "Oh, we're going to see 5.5." Even if we're going to see new lows, I still think we got to see, 47, 50, 55. That's sort of my range that I'd be like, okay, let's see where we're going now. Okay, so I'm going to throw this out here. My big random macro prediction. For the record, I think opinions and predictions are fairly useless to traders. I think it's like identify, as I learned at TRI, identify your setup, hunt your setup, trade your setup, and that's the end of it. But
you got to trade what works for you.
Yeah, but for the sake of fun, I think we're going to go here, and then we're going to come down, and that'll be that, or we're going to break down. I do not think we're going to see this like memed out 1,000, 1,200 level. I think a lot of people are going to sell. If we were to break lows, I think a lot of selling there wouldn't be like, I quit. It would be like, I want to buy it cheaper. They would go, and they're never going to buy it cheaper. It's going to be like capitulation, bing. And then we're going to come right back up here and chill. And there is such a number of people that are kind of talking about, I would just, 1,200, 1,000. So yeah, if this starts breaking down, imagine, right? There's even the people who love Bitcoin, they're going to be, I want to buy it back down here. And so my theory as of like a couple weeks ago is that's not going to happen. I mean, it might drop. I think 1,800 would be my lowest ask for my DCA strategy that we outlined. I'd be a little heavier up here, but yeah. So that's my sort of official useless prediction. This is my buy zone, and I think anyone selling in here with the hopes of buying here, probabilities of getting
at that point, you're pennies, and it's probably going to be a lot worse for you.
Oh, this is going to hurt, though, man. This is going to hurt. I'm going to have a hard time watching this. I know, I'm going to put my emotions aside. I've already committed to the stack I have in.
As a newbie crypto guy, I bought Bitcoin at 18,000, 19,000. So.
Oh, I feel your pain.
At this point, I'm long gone past the pain.
I did it. I actually got lucky, sort of.
You were in it way before.
I got in right here. Thankfully.
Yes.
God, back when, Bitcoin was 1,800, it was so expensive, right? It had never been more expensive ever. Look, it was at all-time highs.
Yep. It was newly at all-time highs as well.
Right? Like I had to buy it at all-time highs. I actually buy. And when I finished buying, it crashed 30% that day.
So I think what RT is telling me here is because I bought Bitcoin at all-time high at, $20,000, that whenever it's $100,000, I'll have his same emotions right now.
Basically.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Your euphoria is
Beautiful.
coming. Let's see, 2022.
I can't wait.
Okay.
I tell you what, let's give them tell them what's coming next week.
Yeah.
We got to wrap this thing up.
Yeah. No, caught me rambling, baby. Caught me rambling. Okay, so first of all, if you like what we're offering tonight, get over on YouTube. We are live streaming over there, and like and subscribe to the Bravado channel. You get a lot of content each week. 3 podcasts, I believe, 2 live streams, plus some weekly roundups and stuff. Just pumping out the content. And really, we're in pilot mode, so things are just going to keep getting better and better. We appreciate the support. You guys coming out, spending some time with us. And for next week, we're going to kick off a new segment called Shill My Bag. And we are going to prepare a review prior to the cast. So we will kind of come with a little bit of that research TA done on one of our viewers' heaviest bags. So to do this,
we'll either talk you into buying it, or we'll try to talk the person who told us to shill it out of their bag.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and dump it.
I'm not going to auto tell someone to buy your bag, but hey, if personally, I've got a couple of bags that, they're heavy, but I got mad faith in them. So I'm not going to shill my bag.
They're holding.
But I might shill your bag. So next segment, Shill My Bag. Comment on YouTube if you would like us to shill your bag. And we will pick through that list next week, or this weekend, and next week we are going to feature it on our episode. So give us a shout in the YouTube comments, and that is about all I have to say.
That was the correction, boys.
Yeah,
the correction is in.
Thank you for joining us.
Less cryptic.
Of the correction, and we're signing off. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.
See you guys.